Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the Hgp Sportscast. The Caribbean Premier League local ticketing office was on Thursday officially opened for fans to begin purchasing tickets for the upcoming local matches from August 9. Ticket sales for the matches in Guyana for the 2018 Caribbean Premier League have begun at the CPL Guyana office located at the corner of Kwamina and Camp Street, Georgetown. The season begins on August 8 in Trinidad and Tobago at the Queen's Park Oval. Then from August 9, Guyana will host the second match.
Well, we are very happy to announce that we have finally got systems in place and ticket sales have started this morning. So tickets are on sale and people are excited. You know, people are anxious, people are calling inquiring about the tickets and where they could get them and how they could get them.
Local operations manager Omar Khan. He further remarked that Guyana will be playing a number of high-performance matches against tough teams at the beginning of the tournament.
We are playing against will also be very attractive to the fans. For example, the first game we play is against St. Kitts Patriots. And of course, you have Chris Gale, Evan Lewis, Sam Billings, some big name players. So it's also an opportunity for the Ghana cricket fans, cricket-loving fans to see not only the Ghana Amazon Warriors take on Chris Gale and them, but also beat them, which is a huge opportunity. Then the next game.
Tickets are currently being sold only for the first three matches to be played in Guyana, which are on August 9, 11, and 12. Tickets have special security features, which were pointed out by Khan along with the prices for the various categories.
Right, very simple. Right. Again, tickets for the green stand are priced at $5,000. Tickets for the red stand at $5,000, the orange stand $3,000, and the grass mount $2,500. Right, so all tickets are on sale, are available.
Vehicle parking in the stadium tarmac will be $1,500 and $500 for parking along the Providence Road. While visiting the ticketing agent, fans can also buy Amazon Warriors memorabilia at the local ticketing office between the hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on weekends. Fans are also asked to check their tickets upon purchase to ensure that they have the various security features. Colin Abrams for the Hgp Sports. 18 students will have their registration fee waived for this year's Maltinos Cricket Academy program, which starts on July 23 and ends on August 3. The program caters for both boys and girls between the ages of 6 to 18. Stanford Howard has more in this report.
It is the first time a special fund is being provided to help students who find it challenging to pay the fees. 18 students will benefit in the first instance. Maltinos PRO Sean Devers spoke more about the fund and the reason for it.
But the only difference is they're going to be waived for the registration fee, and that is in the interest of not denying young children who has an interest or like cricket to be deprived of not gaining this opportunity. So we've got a fund from 3 overseas guys, one Earl Leach, he's a former Maltinos cricketer. He's in America. Dave Jaggernaut, he's also a friend of the club. He's in America. And Alex Walker, he's in England. And he also played for Maltinos. So the three of them have come together and have provided funding for 18 students to come to the academy free of charge. Of course, those children should be the less fortunate, the single parent.
He also added that the big cricketing names like Barrett Mangar, Clive Butt, Eason Crandon, and Ryan King will be available to conduct sessions with the children. Mark Harper and a few renowned cricketing personalities are also to participate in the program. Stephen Jacobs, who recently played in the inaugural edition of the Global T20 Canada tournament, mentioned how vital it is to have cricket academy programs like Maltinos to develop upcoming cricketers.
We need to start cricket obviously from the grassroots level and try and instill the proper fundamental skill, everything from pretty young. So I think, academies and stuff like these would only obviously improve the cricketers and hence improve cricket in Guyana. So I see this very, very important. A couple years back, Maltinos Academy, and a lot of years back, Maltinos Cricket Academy was something really, really pumping. And cricket was a little bit more vibrant in Guyana. So we had Maltinos, we want to get back to that we want to get back to that stage. So hence we're kicking off the academy, and obviously it's annual because we had it last year.
Orin Bailey, the national under-17 coach who is also the academy's head coach, was asked about the academy's plan to help the young cricketers in the areas of technique.
Technically, we have a lot of players that basically focus on the shorter version of the game. Well, from my perspective, right, cricket, especially batsmanship, right, you have to concentrate on the longer version of the game so that your technique is supposed to be as sound as possible. My task is to make sure that these guys at the academy have the soundest technique as possible so that it can carry them on from the shorter version to the longer version of the game, which a couple years ago I have heard the Ricky Pointin mention cricket is not short version, it's longer version because you can make a mark as a test cricketer, but not as a one-day or a T20 player. So I would be trying to make sure that these guys have that as a part of the armory.
The program will also include sessions by qualified coach, while facilitators will talk on education, social skills, health and hygiene etiquette, child protection, laws and history of cricket, umpiring and scoring. Teaching discipline to the students will be a critical aspect of the academy as well. Registration is $3,000 and is open until Monday, the 23rd of July. For the Hgp Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
Anson McCall, through their Heineken brand and the Lusignan Golf Course, launched their 5th annual Heineken Golf Cup. Stanford has more.
The Heineken Cup is set to tee off on July 21st from 12:30 p.m., with 35 to 40 participants expected to participate. Alim Hussein, president of the Lusignan Golf Course, expressed gratitude to Anson McCall for their continued support for the tournament. Public Relations Officer of Anson McCall, Darshni Yusuf, expressed the same sentiment of the president of the golf course in terms of sponsoring the event.
When we started first, we had a good turnout, but what I'm really happy about is that every year since doing this tournament, it has grown from strength to strength. So that's why we're committed to moving forward with golf. We've seen growth, but we've also seen such great interaction and commitment to the sport that it's not a sport that we want to move away from. It's actually a sport that we commit to working with and developing.
The president also mentioned the beverage giant would also be sponsoring a summer program for children this year.
It's going to be allowed to come out for the entire next 2 months, and we'll be providing free lessons, free golfing equipment and everything like that there. So we want to again extend an invitation on behalf of our sponsors to come out, join us at the golf course. Great opportunity to learn the game and be a partner with our sponsors.
Darshni Yusuf, Public Relations Officer at Anson McCall, pointed out that the children's program would be sponsored by a brand of the company that has nothing to do with alcohol. The president explained the type of game that will be played and the prizes to be won.
This year, the tournament for Heineken is going to be run in flights. So you're going to have the best gross, you're going to have the winner from each category, from 0 to 9, 10 to 18, and 19 to 28 are all going to be winning prizes. And Heineken is actually going to put up prizes for the nearest to the pin and the long drive competition. There are going to be prizes from the Heineken corporate group itself. And we're hoping to actually also give away prizes to some of the spectators who are going to be out there. So it will be a grand opportunity for you to learn the game.
The event is an open tournament, which means any player can participate and they don't have to be a member of the golf club. For the Hgp Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford. The boys under 14 and girls under 15 national football teams, who were recently encamped for their international engagements, benefited over the weekend last from capacity building sponsored by the GFF. The male and female youth teams recently wrapped up national encampment for their international engagements. The teams benefited from 2 sessions aimed at building capacity to understand the loss of football and interacting with the media. The sessions were held on July 11 and 12 and were facilitated by GFF's Head of Refereeing Department, Stanley Lancaster, and Communications and Public Relations Officer, Deborah Francis, who addressed the laws of the game and offered tips on media interaction. According to Lancaster, the laws of the game discussion focused on explaining the do's and don'ts in an age-appropriate manner to the group. Emphasis was placed on the laws applicable to the age group being targeted. Lancaster explained laws 4 to 12, which addresses a cross-section of issues including player kit, ball in and out of play, determining the outcome of the match, the principle governing offside, fouls and misconduct, the importance of discipline on the pitch, and the procedure of kicks from the penalty mark. The law relative to functions of the goalkeeper was also explained. Meanwhile, Francis, in her interactive session, addressed areas relative to being a guest on a media interview as it relates to posture, dress code, public speaking, among other things. The national youth teams are preparing for the Caribbean Football Union Boys Under-14 Challenge Trophy from August 2 to 12 in Curacao and the CONCACAF Girls Under-15 Championship from August 6 to 13 at the IMG Academy, Florida, in the USA. The next encampment with the shortlisted squads is scheduled for July 22 to 26 and July 29 to August 1, respectively. Colwyn Abrams reporting for the Hgp Sport.
And that has brought us to the end of this edition of the Hgp Sportscast. Remember, if your dream is big enough, the facts don't matter. Goodbye.